Oh, my throat hurted before this started. Did you know that? And so, like, going now, like, I don't know, half an hour in. In fact, let's go over. I got it screen over here, so I can. Yeah, we're at 31 minutes. Whoops. Crouching, crouching, circle. I'll go until we acquire Ellie. Until we acquire the problem. Until we get to that point in the story. This is good environment design, like, minor thing. They do this later as well, like, giving them a more expansive environment than is actually, like, there, to give the impression that, there's a world beyond the path that I'm being led down. Not that there is, but, it's a good attempt. That path being led down thing. Like I said earlier about the car thing, it applies so much more to the car thing, though. Okay, let me reorganize my thoughts so any of these words whoop. I keep doing that. I keep punching, like, Joel spazzes out every time he sees ammo. Like, fucking guns, man. Is this where murder? No, okay, it's not. Oh, God, this is where Metro 2033 starts. Sir, you eat for one bullet. You know pass except for bullets. Military grade, no less. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the difference between the car ride and this bullshit. Where I'm walking, I'm doing ladders, I'm gonna do a generator later, and yeah, like, is that no gameplay? Like, all right, yes, gameplay, yes, interaction, but no to, like, fucking any of it mattering. Like, because, alright, what's this game about? What's the narrative about? Narrative definitely narrative definitely. I love these, like, cramped ass lines of people fucking looking menacing at each other. Whoop! That guy just popped in. I'm gonna go through the footage and see what that looked like before it popped in because I didn't catch it. Oh, look how scowly Joe is. He could cut ice with that stare. He could kill Cherry Pie. But yeah, the narrative is about, like, partnership and the two-person, like, human group, like, dynamic. The human group dynamic, and more specifically, like, the two-person functioning thing, like, Tess Joel, Joel Ellie, little brother, big brother, Bill, and Bill's absence of a partner because his partner killed himself. What's his name? Tommy and Tommy's wife, and, like, then Tommy's whole survivor group. Like, all these pairs are here to, like, make this narrative of how, like, okay, so funny story. I remember watching Day9's playthrough of this game. When he got to this point, he cracked up because he was really loving the game. He was really trying to like it, but you see this. And that just pulls you out of the, like, immersion of the game because it feels completely unnatural to see all these chest-high walls so conveniently, like, arranged near each other. And you might say that this is, like, as necessary of an evil as, like, the fucking exposition. But I don't feel that way. I feel like they could have had a gunfight. They could have made a fight that was not surrounded in these chest-high walls. I don't know. Since chest-high walls are, like, a central mechanic, I won't, like, get super butthurt over about it because they have to tutorialize it somehow. But, how's the cover work in this game? Not like that! It's not by the X button. I can tell you that much. Pop! Pop! Oh, I've been shot! I'm not long for this world. Holy God. Okay. Okay, I shot him. I did it on the first try, went off without a hitch. Yeah, nicely done, Texas. See, Tess agrees I'm great at this game. Yeah, it has to tutorialize, like, the chest-high walls mechanic. It just did it in a really stupid way. Like, oh, and that's the thing, though, is that, like, there's no smart way to tutorialize the chest-high wall mechanic, because, like, the mechanic is contradictory to the, not contradictory, but is, like, such an appendage to the narrative. Like, the narrative is about, this is where the fucking real critique starts. The narrative is about these partner units, but the gameplay isn't. And so, like, there's no mechanical reinforcement of the idea that the narrative is pitching. That's why I like Gone Home so much, is because its mechanics and its narrative are the same goddamn thing. Figuring out the family, exploring, like, the home, and exploring people's feelings, and, like, interacting with shit, all the same thing. This game, you got your story, where people have emotions,
Here,
and you got your gameplay, where people shoot other people, and it's boring as shit. Okay, plenty of people like the gameplay, but, like, it doesn't, no matter how good the gameplay is, the gameplay could be fucking Resident Evil 4 perfection. And I wouldn't change the fact that, is this a stealth area or is this a murder area? I don't know, my aim is so godlike, I might want to do a murder area just because I know I can. But, yeah, the gameplay could be Resident Evil perfect, and it would still fucking contradict. Oh, darn. Not my fault. Whoa. Hang on. Get up and slam. Oh, squirt, 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 squirt. Hang on. Das Boot. Give me a med kit, Tess. I'm gonna fucking die. Where's the guy at? Come here, guy. Hang on, I'm gonna take cover. There we go. Like, I play a lot of games. I get, like, controls confused. I'm sure other people do this too. Thank you, Tess. I'm sorry I'm so bad at the game. Call them, like, consolation prizes or some shit like that. Where, like, the game gives you something because it knows you're, like, fucking it up. Oh my god. Joel's spazzing out of everything. Is this the door? Yes, the door. Need key. God damn it. But yeah, yeah, like, if the game really truly is about that, like, partner unit stuff, like, and it so definitely is, like, you can see it in every single, like, and this is a good thing, you can see it in every single encounter. That's good writing, especially when you can combine, like, an entertainment value with, like, a thematic value, and, like, I shouldn't say value because that word has no meaning in this context. Like, I'm just using it, like, to illustrate, to say that you can combine an entertainment happening with thematic development happening, with character development happening. Doing all those things together, that's like skilled writing. That's so totally shit. This one totally fucking... Like, what this game does is that it tries to make the combat... Hang on, let me just run up to this guy and punch him in the face. Yeah! Magical teleporting redneck. Mash square. Good blood physics, though. Give me another medkit, Tess. I can keep going, coach. Put me back in. Yeah, it's good writing, I guess. As much as I dislike the writing. Like, it's just not my thing, so I dislike it, but it is objectively good writing. It accomplishes what it's doing. It has character development, has plot, has themes, has characters, has setting, has... Maybe I should just aim for the body from now on. Because I'm not doing so hot aiming for other parts of the human anatomy. But yeah, the problem arises when you consider it with the gameplay. And how, like, if the game... We're piloting the most like, combat is so rarely the interesting part of, like, a story. Like, in fact, I would go as far to say that, like, yeah, combat on its own obviously will never be, like, interesting, like mindless violence. Transformers prove this, that, like, you can't just have, it's blood, yeah, so we just came from here.
The docks are this way.
You can't just have mindless violence and have it be entertaining. And, like, so, violence is uninteresting. Violence is, like, it's, just, like, tangible. It's a consequence of the story. It's not, like, cause of the story. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, yeah, I gotta hold it. This is a very important game mechanic, guys. This really illustrates the struggle of these characters. Yeah. They have these... Like, those are the closest the game gets to mechanically illustrating that partnership thing, and that's the... See, he looks like Braum! He looks like Braum from Game of Thrones! Yeah, it's the closest they get to mechanically illustrating the partnership thing, and that's the problem, is that, like, combat is uninteresting, like, on its own, and so why is combat our main, like, interaction with the world in this game? That point took a while to get to. I was distracted by things like murder. Oh, a shiv. Thank you, criminals and other unseemly characters, for leaving the shiv around. Whoa. Let's see if he... No, okay. He's doing the video game character thing. Shiv! Yeah. Those break instantly because that's how fucking... the game wants it to be. I like that as far as mandatory stealth sections go, I kind of liked Ellie's because it gave you the invincible instant murder weapon. Oh wait, no, I have a fucking thing for this. Did I get spotted? Did he see me? I think he saw me. He totally saw. Well, if Tess starts shooting, well then, you know, if Tess starts shooting, that tells me jack shit because, yeah, he saw me. Come here. I'm super on the fence about the game. Like, how about that? I have no opinion. What am I watching out for? This guy. I'm super on the fence about whether... Whoa! What's up? I have no opinion as to whether or not it's a good or bad thing that the AI partners don't have, like, any interaction with the world, like beyond occasionally shooting shit, stabbing shit. Because ow, bullets hurt. Because like, if they did, it would be obtrusive, and since they don't, it's like immersion breaking, like immersion destroying. But you know, it's like necessary evil, I guess. But it's like, they're willing to concede that point to the gameplay, but they're not willing to make it gameplay that actually functions with the theme. Like, the priorities for this game, is so fucking skewed. It, like, drives me crazy. Like, what do they want? Do they want to make a human drama? If so, why are they making a third-person shooter? Or why aren't they making a third-person shooter or a human drama that goes along with third-person shooting? Fucking Spec Ops Line is a great example of, like... I'm running out of breath. Spec Ops Line is a great example of, like, a game that's about... its story's about violence, its gameplay's about violence, you know? It's like... these things go hand in hand, and they made the perfect story to, like, make the violence feel meaningful. Whoopsies, wrong turn. The violence feel meaningful, both in the narrative and in how the player themselves perpetrates it in the moment-to-moment gameplay, as well as other atmospheric things. I'll do a Spec Ops Line thing. I think I have it on my hard drive still. Maybe I deleted it. I don't know. I guess I'll check.
None at all.
Boom! Don't worry. We won't be alive for long, because we're so edgy. No, I won't talk about the edginess of the game, the grim dark of the game.
You want to tell us where the guns are?
Or will I? Like, I'm seriously, like, debating in my head whether or not I should, like, give the game shit for, give the game shit for how, like, edgy it tries to... Like, okay, let's talk about edgy. Edgy's a thing. Edgy is, like...
Quit your squirming. You were saying...
That's a really well detailed... This really well ZBrush broken nose.
Excuse me.
Edgy is, like... trying to be grimdark, trying to be more dark than actually benefits the narrative, is like trying to be more happy and saturnine than benefits the narrative. Think August Rush. August Rush would be like the inverse of grimdark, where like it's so constantly happy and the protagonist is always winning, and like that's stupid and sucks. So like, it's like never happy and the protagonists are always losing, or like in situations where they like scarcely benefit, Like that's grimdark, and this game definitely has that problem of like overindulging in the protagonist not winning, like to no fucking end. Like
Come on. Yeah, fuck those fireflies. Just go get them.
like the examples I'm talking. This is one of those things I
That is a stupid
probably
idea.
shouldn't have brought up, just because like uh the examples exist so deep in the game,
Well, now
like proper the game
We go get our merchandise.
that like
how?
I don't know.
pulling the really
Explain it
great
to me.
examples would require me to make like a 5 million
Let's
part let's play
just
going
go
through
find
this whole
Firefly.
game.